My name's Jeremy. Now, a couple things you'll probably notice is different today. Oh, put down here. The cats. I guess first of all is that I've decided to put a camera here so you can see me. And the reason for that is because I've been looking at some other people who do the Twitch creative, and a lot of them have the little in-picture camera so you can see them. And thought I would give it a try. I didn't realize my hair looks so clownish. Oh well. I'm also trying out a new camera placement kind of system. So we'll see how that works. We'll see if that looks any good. I was planning on doing some wood burning today, but I've recently, a couple days ago, I moved my downstairs desk upstairs into my closet, and because of that, I can't find any of the tips that go on the tool. I don't know where I put them all. There we go. That's what I was looking for. There, welcome, Wildlife Tech. Nice to have you with me. For my first drawing today, I was thinking of working on like a what would you call it? It's like the signs that you like a be back in 5 minutes sign. And sometimes when I'm streaming, I need to like go get more water more often than not coffee. Speaking of which. So some streamers I know they have an overlay that they can put on top of their thing. But I think I'd rather do mine by hand. I'll tell you what, Wildlife Tech. Why don't you tell me what color I should what colors I should use on this? I'm probably just gonna use my Sharpies, but I have a huge selection of colors. If you see any in here that you like, you just let me know. Let's see. Where is the one? I'm thinking hot pink might be good. What goes with hot pink? Oh. I was worried that maybe my microphone wasn't working. The white teal? Like this one? Or... Those could go together well. It's not quite as teal looking in the camera than it is for me here. I don't know if that helps any better. Hold it up there. That looks it gives a little bit better color. But I think these two will go well together. Let's do it. It's okay if you don't have an eye for color. You know, that's how you get the most interesting designs, is just trying out and seeing what you can do. Get out of here. My cat. I really should have walked them out, but I feel so bad when I do. Oh gosh, dang it. Say hi. Meow meow. There you go. Oh. Okay, good. I was worried that he would like step on the airplane mode button or something like that. I'm not really sure what I'm doing in this picture right now, so when in doubt, draw borders. I really don't mind having him in here. It just makes me nervous. He will jump up on the desk the whole time, and I'm giving him one more chance. He'll stay in here for now. I don't know where he went, but I'm just worried that when he jumps up on the computer, he'll hit the like the airplane mode button and it'll shut off my stream. That wouldn't be great. So you fix guitars, huh? That's pretty cool. How did you get into doing that? Fill in these lines, make it a little less sloppy. When I was in college, I played bass guitar, just for fun, pretty much. Me and some of my friends from my dorm, we had a lot of music majors in my dorm. I was not a music major. I was also not very good at the guitar either, but I think I brought a certain amount of charisma to the band. I kind of took over the band, actually. They were a group first, but they were only playing covers of music from the game Legend of Zelda, which is cool. I thought they could do more. What am I going to put in this? You know what? I'm going to do some what should I do in here? Sorry, it takes me a while to read. I'm a tiny bit dyslexic, so when you write stuff out, it takes me a bit to read and comprehend it. Okay, cool. So you've been playing guitar and bass for a long time and been into carpentry. It does seem like repairing guitars does seem like the most appropriate, you know, meeting of those two interests. I'm trying to think of what kind of design I should put in here. I'm gonna look at my cheat sheet. This is my cheat sheet of design ideas. So if I really am stuck, I can kind of look through these and find something that I might want to do. You know what? That might look good in the background here. I think I'll do swirls around here. It might not make it quite as original, maybe. Because like it's all been at least copied before, at least on here. But okay. So you've been getting to carpentry for a long time. That's something that I've always felt like I should do, like I should enjoy it. I would enjoy it, but just never got around to doing it. How did you learn? When I went to high school in Germany, we didn't really have a shop class per se. We had something similar to it. It was called like... oh shoot, I don't even remember what it was called. It was like a... it was really dumb. It was a really dumb class. The only really project I remember working on in that class was we had to make rings. And so you would like size our fingers and get the metal and make the metal into the design we wanted and stuff, and which was pretty fun. It was fun making it, but I finished it on the first day. It wasn't a particularly hard task to do, and I'm not like, I don't want to sound like I'm bragging. It was not difficult for anybody in the class. So I finished it the first day, and I still had months left of this class. I only went to the class one day a week, which was nice. My high school had kind of more of like a college-based schedule. You would only go to certain classes at certain times of certain days. I did band. I was let's see. My freshman year was in an American high school, and I did band then. I was in Germany because my dad was in the Air Force, and we all moved there. That was his deployment, and we moved there, and he was teaching at the NATO school in our town, and there was no English speaking, or there was no high school on the military base. So after middle school, all the Air Force kids would have to go to the Munich International School, because that was the only school the only high school in the area that was English speaking. It was really difficult because they solely used the International Baccalaureate degree plan. It was, I swear, high school was more difficult than a lot of my college classes. These colors look good together. You made a good choice. Yeah, so I did spend freshman year in high school when I lived in shoot, where was that? Illinois. I lived in Illinois at that time. Um, but yeah, for the next 3 years, high school was in Germany, which was an awesome experience. It was really cool. I learned a lot. Maybe not quite so much being in school, but just being in a different country and living there and doing things there, experiencing the different culture. Getting to drink when I was 18. Like the first time I ever drank any kind of alcohol was at Oktoberfest, like the real Oktoberfest in Munich, and it was a memory I think that will stick with me for a very long time. See, I was a senior at that time, and it's fairly. Oktoberfest actually takes place in the last week of November. Wait, December, January. September comes before. Oktoberfest takes place in the last week of September. Forget my months, the order they come in. So on one day out of the year, all the seniors and the school would skip class and we would all go to Oktoberfest. So that's what we did. Me and all my friends and like the people I didn't like to, all the seniors, we all skipped school. And we all went to Oktoberfest, and the teachers knew this was like a school tradition. So it's been going on for a long time. So I doubt the teachers even wrote out a lesson for that day. I still have to sing the alphabet song in my head too. Part of it, I think, still I can blame some of it on being dyslexic and a little bit dysgraphic. So like numbers and letters and especially like phonics are really hard for me. But eventually, like, you get old enough where you should be able to at least know what month comes before October. Yeah, it was actually quite amazing living in Germany, and you could go to like the culture was so different there. The way my dad described it once to me, which made a lot of sense, he said, imagine a scenario where somebody decides to go surfing on top of a car on the highway and dies. Well, here in America, what we would do is we would make a law that said no surfing on cars. It is now illegal to do that. Whereas in Germany, they would say that person is an idiot and now they're dead. It's a bit more Darwinistic, I guess. But like at my bus stop, to go to school, there was a vending machine for cigarettes just right there. And you could go into any gas station, any store, and buy like bottles of liquor. You're buying like the tiny little bottles like this big of man, it was some kind of liquor. It was it had a really interesting label on it, and I think that's why I'll always remember it. Hard to describe, so well, maybe not that hard to describe, but I'm just gonna draw it out, just because. Well, I think it would be fun too. But like, I remember it specifically going into gas stations and getting like the small bottles of this kind of liquor. I don't even remember what it is. Maybe it was mint, like some sort of mint schnapps or something like that. But I remember picking it out because it had this label. It's just all black with just these eyes staring out, like these cartoon eyes. And yeah, you just go into the gas station and get that. It was bizarre to come back to America and no longer be legally allowed to drink. Also, when I moved back, I ended up going to college up in Denton, Texas, and they were for a long time, pretty much for almost the whole time I lived there, it was man, I don't know what you describe it, like a moist county. It wasn't dry because you could still buy wine and beer everywhere, but you could not buy liquor anywhere in Denton County. So we would all have to drive out to the next like the city limits or the county limits, and no matter which way you went, there would be a liquor store there. Which, I mean, kind of makes sense. Like, they know that people are going to come. Alright, let's start our topographic kind of map looking thing we're going to do here. It's one of the things that I feel like one skill I have. I can probably thank my dad for this, but if it were like an apocalypse or something like that. Oh, I just realized that you read something. Anyway, I was just gonna say that I know how to read a map. That's like my one apocalypse skill, my non tech skill. Let's see what you wrote. Country line bottle. Yeah. It was a weird decision. Bars, however, the bars in Denton were allowed to sell liquor, and they got through as a loophole. According to the liquor law, you could serve liquor to your patrons if they were members of your club. So, in all the bars in Denton, you would give them your ID the first time you went in, and they would scan it, and they would register you in and give you a receipt. You would sign it, and then you would be technically a member of the bar, like a member of the club. And because of that, they were allowed to serve serve liquor. Eventually, I think it was near my, I think it was in my super senior year in college. Denton eventually became a wet county. And it was crazy, like, liquor stores popping up overnight. It was, it's like they were ready. They probably had been petitioning for a long, and were ready to do it. You wouldn't get a card though, unfortunately. Just a receipt, and usually by the end of the night you would have lost that. When I was in Germany, I did go to bars where you would buy a membership card and be let in after that. I actually studied, what did I study in college? I studied radio, television, and film, and I got my degree in that with a minor in English. I'm gonna need to make this black a little bit bolder so it stands out from my topography. And to be honest, it's something that I've never used my degree. It's it was something I was super passionate about at the time, and I was going to be a famous film director. I was going to make these great revolutionary indie films that would not make me any money, but would get high accolades. I would be like, I am creating true art here. But of course, I realized that was not in the cards for me. It probably would have been possible if I had really put my whole life into it and followed that. But I guess you could say the appeal or the glamour of it kind of wore off after I did some interviews, and I realized that everything that I had kind of studied in college was not actually helpful when it came to pertaining a job. I had not been trained in the software that everybody was using at the time. I mean, I could edit and film and do all this kind of stuff just fine. In fact, I felt like I could make some pretty good stuff. But the problem is, like, I didn't use the specific software that the companies wanted me to use. So I realized that it was so specific. I ended up after college, I worked at a casino for about a year. Give me 1 second. Sorry, I didn't eat any breakfast. I'm just eating this leftover fried rice I made for dinner 2 nights ago. So your roommate and your brother have kind of similar degrees, it looks like, mass media and comms. Let's see. You've been spurned by your college experience. Gotcha. Excuse me. Yeah, I get the feeling that I don't know what's the best way to phrase this. Give me 1 second to write out what I need for my next sign. I can't really talk and spell at the same time. Oh, you know what? There's still marker all over this page that bled through. Why won't want to do this in black. What's a Can you help me pick out new colors for my next sign that I'm gonna use? I think I'm gonna do like a green this time. It goes well. Purple, purple. Oh, I had this really nice royal purple that I like to use. Green and purple I think will go good together. I even have a purple chisel tip, so that's alright. Green and purple, yeah. It is Barney. What am I doing with this picture? I think I'm going to this one is going to be my my picture. Start my stream a little early, and I'll put this out saying like, oh, stream starts soon, so that people who are already logged on will see it. Yeah, I think I know what I want to do for this one. Start at the bottom here. Yeah, I feel like most of the stuff I learned in college that helps me now was actually just experiencing the way the world worked with my friends more than what I learned in class. I feel like I learned some good critical thinking skills, and I think I learned how to like, for lack of a better word, negotiate with your teachers and stuff, or with, I guess, those who are in a higher up kind of position than you are. Which are good skills. Not exactly what I went to college to learn, but helpful nonetheless. I'm drawing some mushrooms here. Mushrooms are fun to draw. I like having somebody I can talk to on here. It's helpful. I'm not just here talking to myself anymore. And that one looks a little bit weird, a little wonky. That's okay. I also like being able to ask like what kind of colors I should use. It's a lot more fun being able to interact with somebody. So I appreciate you tuning in, I guess is what I'm trying to say here. Whew. Oh yeah. I used to do a lot of driving for one of my one of my other jobs, and I would listen to podcasts all the time. What kind of podcast do you listen to? I typically listen to like horror fiction, actually. The No Sleep Podcast and Welcome to Night Vale, probably my two most listened to podcasts. I can actually thank my wife for getting me into Welcome to Night Vale. I didn't know about it until I started dating her, and it was like her favorite thing, so she told me all about it, and I went and I listened to all of them. I think they might have come out with one or two, but since recently that I haven't listened to. I don't think I've listened to the Christmas one yet, so I might be a little bit behind. I definitely don't think it's for everybody. What am I trying to say? It's very formulaic after a while. I mean, which is weird to say for a podcast that's all about sentient clouds that drop dead animals and that ends up joining the PTA, or like a demonic beagle that basically turns into Satan. So for a show that has a podcast that has things like that, it is a little bit predictable. Just kind of its format. It does the same thing over and over again. It's some sort of crisis happens. Then the crisis gets worse. Then they have a break for the weather, which is the musician of the week, and then after that, the crisis has resolved itself, usually off screen or off mic. And it gets real repetitive sometimes. Oh. My other cat just left. She was laying on the ground. She wanted me to rub her belly, I could tell, because she rolls around on her back a lot. Well, what kind of stuff do you listen to? If you don't like horror. Got it. What is your podcast of choice? I think I listened to a little bit. My brother and me. I think they did a D&D podcast, and I listened to some of that. And I thought that was okay, but I'm realizing this is gonna sound really funny because I just said that the other one was formulaic, but I like when the podcasts are structured, like when they have a script and write down what's going to happen. I get kind of bored when it's just people kind of just talking to themselves or their friends. Yeah, the Adventure Zone. I really like tabletop RPG, but I gotta say D&D is probably one of my least favorites. Just because it more often than not it's played the same kind of thing. I actually just started DMing a new campaign that I wrote for some of my friends and my brother and my cousin and her boyfriend. We did our first session Friday. It went really well, and it is in a Dungeons and Dragons setting, but it is in Planescape, which I feel is like the most anti-Dungeons and Dragons setting that they have. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it's a really strange setting. I love it. If you're familiar with the video game Planescape Torment, that's what I'm talking about. What do you think? Are these mushrooms looking okay? I think I'm gonna go in and like give them like little circles on them. Planescape is cool because the place it takes place in the city of Sigil, which okay. So imagine there is a tower that is infinitely tall, right? So an infinitely tall tower. At the top of this infinitely tall tower, there is like a halo or like a donut, kind of. Inside, on the inner ring of that donut, there is a city, and that is the city of Sigil. That's like the main area of Planescape. And the only way in and out is basically through portals. And a portal can be found in any kind of archway. Any archway can be a portal, and each portal has a specific key that turns it on, basically. So, let's see, like two trees that are bending across from each other could be a portal, and then the key for that one could be humming a certain song, or crawling through a window. A window could be a portal, and having a like a spoon in your pocket could be the key to open that one up. Which is cool because basically the idea is these portals can lead anywhere. So in my campaign right now, I'm having them start off in this D&D world, but they're going to be traveling to different RPG worlds. I'm really excited for it. Like, they're going to be going to like Deadlands, and I think they're going to be going to Unknown Armies and the Al Amarha from Over the Edge, which is, yeah, it's I'm very excited for it. Yeah, you should ask your DM if they're Planescape Torment, because if it's like a classic D&D video game that has kind of this cult following, and I think it's I feel like it's made for homebrew games. It's also one of the most interesting plots in a video game I think I have ever. One of them. I mean, there's some pretty good games out there, but okay. I think that's it for the mushrooms right now. Well, at least for the number of mushrooms I'm going to make. I'm going to I need to put some gil underneath them here. Yeah, I don't like recommending video games very much because everybody has their own kind of thing they like. But if you like role-playing games and like really interesting, unique stories that you've never heard of before, I would definitely recommend Planescape Torment. I think they have it on. I want to say they have it on GOG.com for pretty cheap, usually. I don't know about Steam. But it's pretty fun. The in my campaign I'm playing with my there that I'm DMing, it's all of my all the player characters, they're retired adventurers, so they've already done the whole adventuring thing, and now they are opening a restaurant and they're running a restaurant together. So I'm gonna excuse me. So I'm gonna be having them go to like all these different worlds and fighting monsters and stuff just to like get like prime ingredients for their recipes. I don't know, kind of like Monster Hunter, I guess. Although they won't be killing monsters the whole time to get their ingredients. But I'm really looking forward to that campaign. The first place they're going is actually not from a tabletop game; it's from a book series that I read. Oh, well, I really appreciate you joining me. Thank you very much. I'm here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9, so if you want to stop by, I'll be happy to talk to you again. And if you want to see what this looks like when it's done, just go on Instagram, and I'll be posting it later. Alright, thank you very much. Have a good time at work. Well, that was fun. It was nice having somebody to talk to. I know that I said that I was going to finish my Hollow Knight picture, but I just wasn't feeling it. I mean, I still wanted to draw something. I just didn't want to. I just didn't want to draw that. So hopefully this is a fair compromise. I don't know. I'm having a lot of fun doing this this particular drawing. And the other one I did, that was nice too. Hopefully though, I'll be able to find the tips for my wood burning tool, because I would like to do some wood burning at some point. Just because it's fun. I like it. It also smells nice. The smell of burning wood. Oh. Hand's kind of cramping like right here. Maybe I need to buy one of those like those sleeves or something, like a compaction sleeve. This feels a little tricky. Like I don't want to make it too busy looking, but I want to fill it up so it doesn't look too empty either. I'm trying to leave this like little gap right here, I mean, to make it look a little bit more natural. But it's like what at what point do you have too many or too few? I'm really excited that I was able to figure out how to put on or show what music I'm listening to or what music I'm playing. Hopefully I'll be able to figure out more. Put more little doodads down there. Maybe like a link to my YouTube page, and I feel like a link to my Instagram would be good, and quite possibly one to my store. That's would probably be good. Be a good idea. All right, now. I'm gonna put in all these lines down here for where the stalks of these, man, I don't know, sprouts or whatever, are coming from. I'm not like matching them up though, so I feel like maybe doing it, I'm being kind of lazy. Oops, that was the wrong place for one. Now, since there's only 3 of them over here, I need to be a little bit more precise and make sure I put these stalks in the right area. Yeah, I like it. looking good. All right, let's add in our color. I think first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do these little sprouts. I don't think I want to color them in, but I will kind of give them an outline of color in the middle and leave like that middle circle white. You know, maybe I'll go in and fill that middle, the part I'm leaving white, in with like a that with the purple, and hopefully, yeah, it doesn't look too much like Barney the dinosaur. Let's see. After my stream today, I need to I need to do more of my kids' laundry. They go through clothes very fast. So I already have a load. I put in a load of washing before I started, so it'll be good. It'll be ready to transfer over and put in a new load when I'm done. I have some. We've been rearranging my house this weekend, and there's some stuff I need to move around still. Like we moved my bed to a different wall, and we moved our dressers and our tables and stuff, and we had workbenches downstairs. We had a whole bunch of like work tables. So my wife has room for like all her sewing stuff, and also when she's working on grading papers at home. She's a teacher, so she has to grade papers sometimes. So now she has a place to sit and do it. But we moved it from downstairs. Our shelves were bolted into the walls, so I undid them and brought them all up here and put them all in. But I still have a few shelves that I want to put on the wall over here and hold a little bit more of my supplies. I'm looking forward to having some shelves in here because I like having the bedroom kind of empty because it makes it more conducive to sleeping. You know, it's not too busy, so you won't stay awake. But I don't want it to be too empty, and then it just seems like a waste of space. Like the bedroom in this new house it's really big. So, got a lot of room in here. It's weird. Sometimes I'm like, oh, we have too much room in the house. And sometimes I think, oh, we don't have enough room for all our stuff. I think what it really is that we don't have a lot of like storage area. I think that's the real problem. But it's a problem with an easy solution. Just put up more shelves and more places to store things. Excuse me. I swear that I've never gotten over that cold that I had in December. It's just like, this is my life now. I'm just always going to be like slightly sick. I'm enjoying listening to this trip hop kind of breakbeat stuff. It's oh, this is like my kind of music. I don't know why I like it so much. Maybe it's because when I was little, my parents would play like Brian Eno music for me to go to sleep, and so I just kind of got caught on that new age stuff, like his Apollo album, the one that they played for the space or for the moon landing, or he made for the moon landing. It sounds like it has like whale calls in it and stuff like that, and it's all that atmospheric stuff. This song almost sounds like it could be out of Metroid Prime. Oh, I'm pretty happy about how this is turning out. I like the way it's looking. I was going to keep it simple, but since I still have 25 minutes left in this stream, I think I will add a little bit more color to it. I think, first of all, I'm going to color in these gills on the gills on the mushrooms. I want to give it a little bit more color because it seems to be kind of blending in with itself, and like everything is blending together and making it hard to kind of see what. I don't want it to be too chaotic for the eye. I'm gonna need to do something for the background up here. Maybe I'll grab some pencils and do some shading or something. But it needs something back there. Is that all the... Oh, wait, right here. Don't want to forget these gills over here. Oh. And here, see? It's without any color, it all kind of blends together. Let's see how this color looks. Those look different enough. I need like a white brown, but I don't think I have that. Maybe it'll be okay if I leave the mushroom caps white. Maybe if I just do the stems. Not too dark. Those are pretty much exactly the same. No, you know what? I'm gonna stick with this kind of cream color. It's different enough, I feel. I need another bite of food. You know, I love chicken fried rice, but it's I've been trying for a long time to make it exactly how like restaurants make it, and I just can't do it. So I did it kind of a different way this time, and I think it turned out really well. It's a little dry from being 2 days old, but still good. Instead of using any like kind of Asian spices or seasonings like I normally put in it, this time I just put, I mean, I did put a little bit of garlic in it, or not garlic, I put a little bit of ginger in it for kind of that sweetness, that tang. But mostly for most of the seasoning, or I use like my blend of steak seasoning on it this time, and I think it worked out pretty well. Maybe that was my problem. Maybe I was trying to use too many authentic kind of flavors, when if I was trying to recreate restaurant grade fried rice, it definitely is not traditional usually. Here's hoping that it's not a mistake to color in the mushroom caps. Maybe I'll take my light purple and I'll fill in these purple circles. Now I'm actually kind of worried that I'm going to run out of time. Ooh. I want to get this finished today, so on Wednesday I can start something new. What will I start? I don't know. I have some ideas. Every time I get like an idea of like a weird drawing I can do, I write it down. My little one of my many notebooks. I wish I had a lighter brown though. Like that would have worked really well. I feel. Well, I think this is looking okay. I think I will bring the brown in for the stems to kind of differentiate them from the caps. You know, I really didn't mind doing the fan art that I was doing before, but I think I enjoy just sort of doing my own thing. I enjoy it more. It almost feels like I'm like making my own coloring books and then coloring them in when I'm using the Sharpies. I probably that this pen is already running out of ink because I bought it like only 2 weeks ago. But it looks like it's starting to struggle. Have I really been using this color that much? That can't be right. Unless this is one of the ones that I've had, one of the Bic markers I've had for a while. In which case it would make sense if it was running out now. I'm not sure. Maybe I should get some tape, like some duct tape, different colors, and use them to mark what I have, like when I bought them. Set up like a little chart for myself. But I guess the only thing that will do is keep me from getting mad if my pens stops working too soon. Other than that, it's not helpful to know. A couple days ago, I guess, I found actually one of my favorite artists on Twitch. I didn't know that they recorded or they streamed here. And it was really cool to watch him. I got a Twitch Prime account free because we have Amazon Prime. And like Twitch Prime doesn't really seem to change much. Actually, it gives you access to like they give like loot boxes and stuff and like equipment for games, but they're not games I play, so I don't care. It's like Call of Duty and stuff and Overwatch. I don't play those, so that's completely worthless to me. But it lets me subscribe or something, like subscribe to people's Twitch channels. So I was like, oh well, you know, I might as well go and look. I feel like I should have done this a lot earlier before I started streaming myself, but I was like, I've never watched other people stream. I should do that. That's an important thing. That's how you learn, is by seeing how others people do it. So I went on this Twitch and I found this artist, Peter Draws, whom I really like. He has a channel that I've been watching for a couple years now, and so I subscribed to his channel, and like he said hi to me. It was weird. It was like I was fanboying out or something. I don't know how you would say it, but it was like, oh my gosh, he talked to me. He said my name. It was fun, and he answered like my questions. I asked him how he has set up his cameras and everything, and he stopped drawing and he showed everybody his setup, and super jealous because it's like a really nice setup. Mine is pretty kind of thrown together. Where's my brown? There it is. Let's do these stems a little bit. I don't want to press down too hard, but that's cool. It's making like a little like reddish brown because of the preliminary peach color on there. That's good. I didn't want it to just be full on brown. All right. Before I color anything in, though, I want to make sure that it's going to look okay. Oh, I like that. That looks great. Let's do that. Oh, you stretch. Ooh. Did you all hear my elbows pop? Alright, let's fill these colors in here. I said I was going to use green, but I mean, I haven't really used green for much in this picture, except for the stalk or the sprouts. But maybe that's okay. Maybe I'll just leave it like that. Yeah, this is looking nice. Cool. Maybe have a light green, then I color the in circles on the sprouts with. Maybe. Ooh. Oh dear. I only have what's left. I still wanted to do like a nice border and stuff. Might have to extend the stream just a little bit, just enough to finish up. Because I want to be done with this. That way, Wildlife Tech, my viewer from earlier, can see it when I post it on Instagram. But I also want it to look good, so I don't want to just like do a crappy job and just do it fast. Let me look real quick to see if I have a white or green color that I can put inside those circles. So I think that one will look good. That one. Let's see. Oh. Yeah. It's very subtle. Because it's such a small area. But I think it looks good. Yeah. I think I need my pencils. I'll give this a really nice. I think I'm gonna get like a really light blue. Oh, it's not white enough. And just really light, almost like there's nothing there at all. But just give it a little bit of color, just filling in that blank space ever so slightly. No, can't even see that on the camera. Man, I am gonna need to get a better camera at some point. It's just no doubt about that. Well, I guess if y'all can't see it, doing this shading more for my benefit than anything. Okay, let's make the border look a little bit nicer. Real quick. What do I want to do? I must push down really hard on these because these tips used to be a lot more precise, but now you can see that it's like it's become a lot more rounded. Maybe that's just the nature of the beast. Let's just do a nice like just a little design around the border to make it look a little bit nicer. This music sounds like it's, geez, I don't know. It sounds like levels from one of the first Crash Bandicoot, when you're like the science lab or like the toxic waste area. Ooh, didn't leave a lot of space on this side. It sounds so much like music. It even has like the little cymbal or the little like hi-hat clap that they use in a lot of the songs in the first Crash Bandicoot. Alright, let's go in with a little bit of color real quick. Let's do this hands are getting pretty tired. Oh. But I'm almost done, so you know, I'll just push through it. You must suffer for your art. I don't think that's really true. There's this idea that like artists have to have like tortured souls and have, I don't know, something wrong with them, like depression or schizophrenia or something. Like they have to have something wrong with them to create good art. And I don't think that's true, because personally when I'm having a depression episode, it's a lot harder for me to make anything. It's a lot easier for me to actually go ahead and create when I'm feeling happier, when I'm feeling good. And just because I'm feeling good doesn't mean I can't make art that will express more negative emotions, because you still can. Just like how you can read a book about people being sad without having to be sad yourself, and you can still understand it. You don't have to be depressed to paint or draw or write or create something that has to deal with depression. All right, there. I think I'm done. So I got 2 good title cards. One that I can play beforehand, and also the back and 5 one. Good. I'm happy with what got accomplished today. Well, thank you for joining me today. I appreciate it. If you want to see more pictures, these pictures that I've made today or other pictures like it, go ahead and follow me on Instagram. I post these and other things that I've done. Post them on there. Let's see. If you want to get notifications or updates and stuff, I also have Facebook. What else? If you like my art and you want to own something with a piece of my art on it, go ahead and go to Society 6 and search for Inky Inspiration, and I got a bunch of stuff on there, so help yourself. Well, appreciate you watching, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Next stream will be on Wednesday at 9. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.